The streak needs to end. The streak needs to end. And this is not for, well, this is just my opinion. And I think that the streak is doing a disservice to who is arguably the rookie of the year right now in Angel Reese. Streak or no streak. Before we get on to things, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're at 20.3k subscribers right now. If it'll focus, if we get to 20.4k by the end of the day, that'd be incredible. But the last two games, and I've seen this in a couple of games where I'm like, as much as I get why you keep the streak, and the streak is actually good for the game of basketball. Like for the overall game of the sport of basketball, like you could, if you heard the Liberty crowd erupt when Angel Reese got her 10th rebound, like you can hear, like the Liberty crowd are cheering when she misses and catches her own board. Like, and they're not cheering the block from Jonquel Jones. They're cheering Reese catching her own board because she gets closer to a triple-double or a double-double. Like with 3 minutes to go, she needed 3 rebounds. And with 2 of which were off her own misses. So I'm just like she was having a bad game. And it is what it is. Like, and I'm not going to be one to say that Angel Reese is leading rebounder because she's catching her own misses. Because she's not. She's the best offensive rebounder in the game. Even if her misses didn't count, or catching her own misses didn't count, she'd still lead the league in offensive rebounds. Like, that is the level of rebounder that Angel Reese is. She is next level at that part of the game. But you're seeing it in the game where it's like, whenever she gets the double-double early in a game, or there's a game where she comes out of the first quarter with 5 rebounds and 7 points. If she starts off a game hot, and that means from that point on, she can just focus on basketball, she's one of the 7 best players at her position in the WNBA. And by 7, the only reason I say 7 is because it's a ridiculously stacked position. And like to say, oh, she's top 3, that means you're disrespecting one of AT, you're disrespecting Nafisa Collier, Stewie, or Aja. And she's also probably not as good as Neko Wumake. If we're talking about this season, obviously, like those 5 without question better. Duana Bonner, if you consider her in the same position, has been better this season. And then, obviously, when Satu comes back. But she's been unbelievable. She's been absolutely unbelievable. Like, top 15 player in this season, without question. But I've noticed this more now. So I'm going to take you guys back to the first Liberty game, where it was almost an identical thing that happened. The Chicago Sky go out to a big lead early. The Liberty start fighting their way back in the game. And in the third quarter, the Sky are up a bit, and the Liberty pull it back. In that game, Angel Reese willed her team to victory. She willed them to victory. And the way she willed them to victory was by doing all the little things, doing all the right things, doing all the things that don't show up in the stat sheet. Yesterday, she didn't. And that is one thing that I'm noticing more, is that I think Angel Reese's best stuff cannot be seen in the stat sheet. Fuck the double-doubles. Everything Angel Reese, her best things are her instinct, her ability to play defense, her ability to just get the ball when nobody else wants it. No one else is going to get it. Her ability to seal. And I think that when it gets into the fourth quarter and she's on 8 points and 5 rebounds, and you're like, okay, the double-double streak's ending. That was a game there to be won. The choice by Teresa Weatherspoon, and I'm not going to blame Angel Reese for this, by the way. The choice by Teresa Weatherspoon was to keep the streak alive rather than go to win that game. That's just the truth about it. Because Izzy Harrison was their best big, so you can't take her off the floor. Cardoso was giving Jonquel Jones way more trouble than Angel Reese. Like, she just was. Like, Jonquel Jones, every time Angel Reese went in, she was getting swatted by Jonquel Jones. Like, Angel Reese, the first game of the season, destroyed Jonquel when they beat them. And Jonquel Jones made that personal since. She balled out last night. And that's fine. But Jonquel Jones is also having a lot of trouble with Camila Cardoso. And you could see, and the reason why I'm saying is that, like, it was the coach's decision to leave her in for the streak rather than go for the win, is the second she hit 10 and 10 exactly, she was whipped out of the game. They went to the bench. They just gave up as soon as she hit 10 and 10. But at the same time, like, for the crowd are there. Like, these crowd, like, we talk about the crowd wanting to be at games for Caitlin Clark. It is also very true that the crowd wants to be at games to watch this streak. They want to watch Angel Reese. So, and I think the streak is going to give her a better chance of winning Rookie of the Year. Look, I think Angel Reese has played 2 of the worst games I've seen her play in a row. I think she's had 2 terrible games in a row. But I also think, regardless of what the bookies odds say, I think her 2 bad games in a row, because despite the fact that Clark has played her best game, I think she's actually gone even further ahead in the Rookie of the Year race because of the narratives. Like, the narratives control the voting. So it makes perfect sense if you are Teresa Weatherspoon. It makes perfect sense if you are the Chicago Sky to keep this streak alive. And I'm just giving my pure basketball opinion. If you guys want to call me a racist or do whatever you want, go fuck yourself. I'm just talking about basketball. But when I'm looking at Angel Reese, everything I really like about Angel Reese's game is not there on the stat sheet. I couldn't give a damn about her rebounding or on misses at the end of the day. Like, that makes no difference. Anyone complaining about that, go complain about Moses Malone. Go complain about Moses Malone. He was known for that. But it genuinely just seems like that was not a game. Like, in reality, if you're trying to win that game, when Angel Reese was clearly, by the way, not right. She was not right 100% when she went over on her leg. Like, look, she probably gets that early in the game if she doesn't kind of go off limping. But she was not right when she came back in. She did not look right. She did not look 100%. But they just kept going to her. They just kept going to her at the expense of the game. Look, she shot more shots than her team scored points up to a point in the fourth quarter. Like, she had 7 shots in the fourth quarter. She shot the ball 7 times in the fourth quarter. Like, when Angel plays to her strengths, she's unbelievable. When she plays to her strengths, she's unbelievable. And when she has a post mismatch, her ability to get post positioning, she will score. And when she gets good positioning, she's actually got her touch is improving a lot. But when she doesn't have positioning, she literally does not look at times where she's throwing the ball to the basket. And that is the Angel Reese that we saw in the first 3 or 4 games where everyone was talking about the shooting percentages. That's not the Angel Reese that we saw through like a 10 game or through a 6 or 7 game stretch after the second or the third Fever game, where she looked like she was in that conversation, where she looked like genuinely saying her over Neko Umake is not a crazy shout. And obviously, in the Seattle Storm game, she was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. And that's just a sign of what Angel Reese can do at her best. Like, at her best this season, Angel Reese has been as good as Caitlin Clark at her best. And that's the reason why I think, for me, the Rookie of the Year is so tight, is that I think at her best, Angel Reese has been better than Caitlin Clark at her best. And my whole thing was always that Angel Reese has been more consistent. And a lot of people are going to point to the double-doubles and be like, no, Angel Reese is more consistent. But I genuinely think she has had more bad games during the streak than she had before the streak. Like, the streak is 15, what did it played? Her first 8 or 9 games. I still think some of those games where she didn't get double-doubles. Like, her best game of the season was obviously the third Sky game. Her second best game of the season was a Seattle Storm game. They gave her a double-double because she stepped out of bounds. But if that game was if she was 27-9, that was still her best game. If yesterday, let's just say the 3 rebounds where she rebounded her own misses. Let's just say, hypothetically, those 3 go in. Especially because the timing of them, other than the ones with 3 minutes to go where she caught 2 offensive boards in 1 possession. Let's just say she goes in and shoots a better percentage. And she ends that game, instead of 10-10, with 16-7. She would have had a much better game. It's just the truth. And this is why I hate the streak. Is that if she went 16-7, she would have had a better game and given her team a better chance of winning. But because she goes 10-10, it's historic. She missed 3 shots. If she had made 3 more shots than she missed, it wouldn't have been historic. But her missing 3 shots is now historic. Can we not see just how dumb this streak is? Like, again, Angel Reese is brilliant. And for anyone saying this is a backhanded compliment, no. No, why would I? If I wanted to just criticize Angel Reese, I'd be Outkick. I'd be all of these anti-Angel Reese channels. I'd be a racist if I wanted to go at Angel Reese for no reason. But no, I think Angel Reese is brilliant. I think she's brilliant. This streak is just so dumb. As somebody who watches basketball games and looks at the box scores afterwards, unless I'm live looking through them, so someone who watches the games and watches box scores way after it, it's very clear at a point in a game, if Angel Reese has not hit her streak by, let's just say, 7 minutes to go in a game, you can see a switch in her head being like, I need to get this streak. Whereas earlier on in the year, the switch in her head was, we need a win. And she willed them to wins. She willed this team to wins. And you can see recently, now, like even the game against the Dream where they won, that's Kennedy Carter. The Mystic game, the other Dream game where they won, where Kennedy Carter did it by herself. At the start of the year, that was Angel Reese willing her team to win. And now, if she's even close to losing that streak, the focus is on the streak instead of the win, which is what I hate to see. I hate to see it because I think Angel Reese is a better player than that. I think Angel Reese, at her best, is the best at what she does in this entire league. What she does is not getting 10 points, 10 rebounds on the dot every single game. What she does is the defense, the hustle, the fighting for things, the winner mentality. And the thing is if she gets that double-double early, all of that's seen. But if we go towards the end of the game and that double-double is in jeopardy, all that goes out the window to get that double-double. And that is where I have a big problem with. That is what I have a massive problem with this streak. Once the day the streak ends is the day Angel Reese is probably going to overtake Caitlin Clark again in the Rookie of the Year race. In my eyes. Because obviously the streak is what's keeping her in it for right now for a lot of people. But in my eyes, the day the streak ends is the day that she can focus on just playing basketball again. And when Angel Reese is focused on just playing basketball again, she's one of the best bigs in this entire league.